and then move the breath into the back of the nose. So this mudra here, it kind of targets the center of the heart center, the center of, if you like, the anahata chakra. And for me, it's just kind of like a bit of a go-to place to rest my fingers. So we're going to be looking at just mainly ways in which we can expand and extend through our chest, through the shoulders. But to expand and extend through the chest, we have to be able to also flex as well. So we're going to be looking at ways in which our spine will move. Now, it might be that if you've got a bunch of cushions and stuff, that might be handy at some point. It's not going to be essential, but we shall have a little look. But just start by now by breathing into the back of the nose and breathing in to the center of your heart. Begin to feel how all of the tissue around your heart expands outwards, but you've still got that ever pulsing pump in the middle of the whole thing. The more you bring your focus and attention inwards, the more you feel the heartbeat. The more you begin to feel that heartbeat radiate outwards, radiate out towards your belly, radiate out towards your throat, out towards the armpits, the elbows, the wrists, the back of the knees, your groin. And as you exhale, you just feel all of the rib cage, all of the lungs, just draw back in around that heart center. As I say, for us to be able to actually extend and expand and open our chest, there's a whole bunch of work that I think might have started with Ida Rolf, who's like a manual therapist back in I think she was 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond. But there's the idea that, if we're more confident, we stand up, we walk, the chest is proud and whatever else. That's not really truly always the case, but we do tend to find the shoulders are rounded and hunched. Maybe that affects how we're projecting ourselves into the world. But for us to move through either of those things, for us to be able to extend and expand and open our chest, and if you like, be a little bit more welcoming to everything around us, we're going to have to be able to also flex our spine. To be able to do one thing, we have to be able to go through center towards both ends. It's all about that yin and that yang. You can't have that nicely balanced half black, half white circle unless you have both sides. If you've only ever got one side, if you've only ever got the yang side, if you're only ever practicing a vinyasa flow or going running or doing handstands and gymnastics, and you never learn to let go and relax, you're never going to have that grounded, earthly, more artistic side to yourself. You're never going to have that more open expression of your thoughts, yourself, your work. So we're just going to take another 2 minutes here, just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, feeling our chest expand and just feeling our chest contract. Final 2 breaths. Just watching and observing and feeling the heart, feeling the pulse, watching your mind, seeing where it walks and where it wanders. As we finish our final exhale, just allow the spine to round. We'll just take a couple of goes of seated cat-cow, nothing intense, just a case of lifting and dropping. And can you feel your back move? Now what I want you to try to do is not lift your chin when you lift your chest and not drop your chin when you round your spine. You're going to keep your head in one place and you're just going to drop your belly, your back around it. So as your chin stays forward, you round the spine, and as you inhale, you're going to lift up. And then one more time. We're going to come over onto hands and knees. We're going to start in child's pose, if you can believe it. So find your way onto your knees. If knees are a bit sketchy, stick some pillows under your knees or under your shins, see how they go. Bring the arms out in front. We're going to start with this nice rounded position here. If you need to, the hands could come back down by your side. See which one works best for you. In fact, I'm going to change my mind. Everyone bring your hands down beside you, unless that is really uncomfortable on your neck or anything. And then just breathe in. Just try to allow your knees to be, or your thighs to be gently rounding your spine. If you had your knees open, then you'd fall between them. And you'd start putting your spine into an extension. Instead, we're going to be in this very introverted place, this place in which our front body, our heart, our eyes, everything which maybe normally looks outward, looks forward into the future, is now being kind of brought inwards. We're suddenly just looking within ourselves. Can we begin to feel into what it is within our body? Where it is within our body we're feeling that tension. If your neck or head ever does get uncomfortable, bring your hands to rest under your forehead. That might just feel a little bit nicer, a little bit less intense. And as we relax into our yin, we begin to recount our 3 tattvas. The first of finding our edge as we move into the posture. Our second of allowing ourselves to find stillness. Are you a fidgeter? If you're sitting here going, yeah, that's definitely me, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Far too often we end up feeling guilty because I should be able to sit still for 5 minutes, but I can't. Who cares? The key here is to watch and observe and acknowledge when you see these patterns forming. And then begin to try to watch around why and what it is which is driving you to want to fidget. What thought patterns keep arising? drag you from stillness. Maybe if you feel like your body just surrenders and relaxes around your thighs, like your shoulder blades are just almost separating, going wider, going higher, up over the chest, over the back of the shoulders, and maybe you could bring your belly that little bit further down your thighs and relax down here. We're going to be here for just 4 more breaths. Can you relax your cheeks and your jaws? Can the tongue just gently loll into the top of the mouth? Final breath here. So we're going to come out of this in a moment and into Anahatasana, our melting heart. As we roll ourselves back up, just bring the hands under you, lift yourself up, maybe give you a little push on the floor just to help you sit up. Just come up to sit for a moment, don't rush into any other pose, just keep the eyes closed, let everything relax, let the shoulders just sink down. Can you let it feel as if your collarbones just roll out? Can you just surrender the whole body down into this place here? And then we're going to slowly take an inhale in. We're going to walk our hands forward. As we walk our hands forward, the knees are going to stay under our hips. And we're going to walk, the hands go out. Now maybe you need to drop to the forearms and then you could relax your chest down. Maybe that's fine there. If you wanted to and you feel okay, the hands could walk slightly further forward, but remember that we're trying to find your edge. Now obviously if you are super jazzy, if you've been practicing for ages, or if you're just some kind of ballerina and you have some wedges, some blocks, some pillows or something that you wanted to put your arms onto to lift them higher, to relax down into, then by all means you could do that. Grab a couple. So if you had something, you could either put your hands on the blocks to relax down here, you could put your elbows on the blocks, etc. Again, that doesn't have to happen. This may not be today. I wouldn't put it on these little brick blocks because you always fall off them and you'll break your nose, so try not to do that. But if you've got something you want to raise your hands up to, feel free. If not, we relax down. We're just going to see if we can let our chest drop downwards towards the floor. As we do, our tailbone should feel like it sticks up towards the sky. Our spine should feel like it's almost creating a little ski slope effect. Ski jump effect, I guess. We're going to be here for just 2 minutes, so if you count in for 4 and out for 6, something around that moment, it's going to be about 6 breaths a minute, 12 breaths in total. But maybe you can lengthen that out even just a little bit more. Just 2 more breaths. Final breath. And then slowly let those hands walk back in. Sit down towards your feet and gently sit your way back up to a nice comfortable seated position. Again, give the shoulders just a little roll out, close the eyes and just feel yourself relax into this place here. And then we're going to bring ourselves down on towards our bum. The legs are going to sweep out in front. So we're just going to take our caterpillar pose, I think it's called, which is just our forward fold. So again, pillows might be nice either under knees or under between belly and thighs. Remember, this bit's more about the spine. Our focus is the spine rather than our hamstring. So the hamstring sensations don't have to be huge. I'll grab the bolster so I can show you again. The options would be potentially to either put one of these under your knees, or pillows under your knees, and that should help you fold forward, or you can find it on top of your thighs, and then you can relax down over it. So that sometimes when you bring it here, it's actually quite a nice way to kind of adjust the forward fold that you have. And this should stop your hamstrings playing into it too much. So what I want you to try to do is turn your fingers in towards your calf muscles. So even tuck them under your calves potentially. So you're turning palms down, fingers under calves. You should feel like that puts the elbows to point towards 6 and 3. That should allow the shoulder blades to protract a bit more, to come up and over the shoulders. And then just relaxing down. 5 minutes total here. Remember your tukvas, find your edge, find stillness, allow time and gravity to do the work. And try to breathe into the back of your spine. Just remember to keep relaxing your face and your jaws. Focus your breath into the back of your heart. Into and around. All of that thoracolumbar fascia. Just another minute here, about another 5 or 6 breaths. And then slowly let yourself come back up. Your neck probably feels like it's had a bit of a pull on it, so just maybe let the chin lift gently towards the sky, but as you do, still sit down into that flex position. And then inhale, sit yourself tall, pull through the back of the neck. And then we're going to let ourselves roll all the way over on towards our bellies. So we're going to come down in towards our Sphinx pose. So again, maybe pillows or cushions might be nice here. Again, if you need them. Chaps, if you're practicing, sometimes putting some pillows under your pelvis is a bit more comfortable. But we're going to be on our elbows here. So if you feel like you wanted to go a bit further, you could either find pillows put under your forearms. That might feel quite nice. But we're going to be trying, if we can, this time, rather, sometimes we'll just let our head hang or something. We're going to just see if we can be slightly more muscular in and around our neck. Just hold our neck up. So if you're doing that and your back feels like not a hope, then you're going to come back down onto elbows. And so we're going to be here for another 5 minutes. And the idea being is that we're just going to let the shoulders drop down away from our ears. We're going to close the eyes and we're going to move into the back of the throat with the breath. So as you scan your spine here, try to tune into which parts feel like they're doing most of the movement. Is it right down near your pelvis? Is it further up towards sort of what you might say L sort of 2 or 3, midway up the low back? Does it feel like it's halfway up your back, sort of around that maybe T 8, 9, 10 kind of area? That all means absolutely bugger all to you guys, I realise, but there you go. So just try to pinpoint which part of your spine feels like it's doing a lot of the bending. If you wanted to, you come onto elbows and support your chin. And as you tune into that one part which feels like, or two parts which feel like they're doing a lot of the work, can you surrender your spine around them? Can you not let those two do all of the work? Can you feel as if the xiphoid process, the sort of lumpy bit, at the knobbly bit at the bottom of your breastbone, maybe just feels as if it just can relax and drop forward a little bit if you have a very kind of rounded spine, if you're one of those people. Another 2 minutes. Again, always just reminding yourself to be that patient observer, to watch and feel into what your spine, what your body is doing and wanting to do, where it's wanting to go, but also where and how your mind is walking and wandering and where it wants to go. We're just going to try to feel as if we watch for the habits. Good habits, bad habits. Observe what your mind brings up, what it constantly tells you you need to be doing or should be doing, or why aren't you doing this, that, or the other. And as we come into the final 3 breaths of this pose, prepare ourselves for the next part, which will be to come down onto our backs, to take a moment to roll our spine around, so just gently find that movement in the stillness that we've been sitting in. Trying to find that white and that black halves of the circle meeting. Having the yang to the yin. So final breath, and then allow yourself just to roll over on towards your back. I'm going to turn around, we're going to roll over on towards our back. Take a moment here. Now if you had a whole bunch of blocks and sort of pillows, and you had some cushions that would work, you could just, for the last kind of 45 seconds, bolster your bum up so that you ended up with it up in the sky. So I'm just using a block here because I happen to have it beside me, but if you had all your cushions, you could also just do this, just so your pelvis is slightly higher than your heart. Again, not important. If you just want to relax down into the floor and just feel your spine there, also completely fine. And then just allow that little bit of movement. So without going too crazy, but reminding yourself and feeling into the parts of your body which maybe if you've got a bit crampy or whatever, just give yourself that little roll around, and then once you've found yourself to a comfortable place, you're going to find yourself relaxing down into your Shavasana. And so as we find our Shavasana for the final 20-ish minutes, 22 minutes, we're going to feel ourselves just letting go. And we're going to come into our Yoga Nidra. So maybe get some pillows or some cushions to stick under your knees, maybe some jumpers. Whatever it is you might feel you need to make yourself comfortable. A blanket, if you happen to have a duvet beside you, that might also feel nice. So this Yoga Nidra is taken from the book Yoga Nidra by Swami Satchidananda Saraswati, who kind of formulated the whole practice really. So as we manage to find ourselves relaxing and getting down and comfortable, please get ready for the Yoga Nidra. Lie down on your back on the floor and adopt Shavasana, your corpse pose. Your body should be straight from head to toes. Legs slightly apart, arms a little away from your body, palms facing up towards the sky. Adjust your body, position your clothes until you are completely comfortable. During Yoga Nidra, there should be no physical movement. Close your eyes and keep them closed until we're told to reopen them. Take a slow, deep breath. And as you breathe out, feel the cares and worries of the day flow out of you. In the practice which follows, you're going to develop the feeling of relaxation in the body. It is not necessary to make movements or deliberately relax your muscles. Simply develop the feeling of relaxation. It's like the feeling you have just before you go to sleep. When relaxation becomes deep, sleep does come, but you should try to make yourself completely awake, and this is very important. Make the resolution to yourself now that I will not sleep. I will remain awake throughout the practice. During Yoga Nidra, you are functioning on the levels of hearing and awareness. And the only important thing is to follow my voice. Try not to intellectualize or analyze the instructions, as this will disturb the mental relaxation. Simply follow my voice with total attention and feeling. And if thoughts come to disturb you from time to time, try not to worry, just continue with the practice. Allow yourself to be calm and steady. Now bring about a feeling of inner relaxation throughout the whole body. Concentrate on the body and become aware of the importance of complete stillness. Develop your awareness of the body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And just begin to mentally repeat the mantra of Om. Of feeling the A in the belly, in the ribs, the U in the upper ribs, the throat, the M through the mouth up into the third eye. Complete stillness and complete awareness of the whole body. Again, just repeating the simple mantra of Om. Again, continue your awareness, crown of the head to the tips of the toes, repeating that simple mantra. Just mentally to yourself. Begin to remember the fact that you are about to practice Yoga Nidra. Say mentally to yourself, I am aware, I'm going to practice Yoga Nidra. At this moment, try to make a simple resolve, a simple sankalpa. Resolve, be very simple. Just try to think of one naturally. Try to make it short, a positive statement in simple language, and repeat it 3 times to yourself. Beginning our rotation of consciousness. We're going to rotate awareness through all the different parts of the body. As quickly as I say the word, just bring your awareness to that spot and then move on to the next one. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Bring your focus in towards the right hand. Bring your attention to your right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger. The right palm of the hand, the back of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the right shoulder, the right armpit, the right waist, the right hip, the right thigh, the kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot and top of the right foot. Observe and notice your big toe, your second, third, fourth and fifth toe. Become aware of your left hand. Starting at your left thumb to the first finger, middle finger, ring finger and little finger. The palm of the hand, the back of the hand, your left wrist, left forearm, left elbow, left upper arm, shoulder, armpit, the left waist and the left hip, the left thigh, kneecap, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, the top of your left foot, the big toe, second, third, fourth and fifth toes. Now bringing your attention to your back body, become aware of your right shoulder blade, aware of your left shoulder blade, aware of your right buttock and your left buttock. The whole of the spine running down your back body, all the way down the back of your body, up to the top of the head, down the forehead, both sides of your head, the right eyebrow and the left eyebrow, the space between your eyebrows, the right eyelid and the left eyelid, the right eye and the left eye, the right ear and the left ear, the right cheek and the left cheek, the nose, the tip of your nose, your upper lip, your lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right side of the chest and the left side of the chest, the middle of your chest, your navel and your belly button, all the way down to your abdomen. The whole of the right leg, observe the whole of your right leg. The whole of your left leg and both legs together. Observe the whole of your right arm and the whole of the left arm and both arms together. The whole of your back, buttocks, spine, shoulder blades, the whole of the front, your abdomen, your chest, the whole of the front and the back together, the whole of your head, The whole body observe together. The whole body observe together. The whole body observe together. Remind yourself to not sleep and to follow my voice. No sleeping, total awareness, no movement. Picture the whole body lying on the floor. Become aware of your whole body just lying on the floor. Visualize your whole body from the crown of the head down to your toes, just lying on the floor. Become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out through the lungs. Not trying to change your breath, not trying to change the rhythm, but just observing your natural, automatic breath. No effort. Maintain that same awareness, complete awareness of your breath. And then begin to observe the movements of your navel, of the belly button. Navel rising and falling with each breath. Expanding and contracting with each breath. Notice this movement, moving in synchrony with your breath. Now start counting your breaths backwards from 11 to 1. 11, navel rises. 11, navel falls. 10, navel rises. 10, navel falls. Continue to say these numbers to yourself mentally. Be sure not to make a mistake. If you do, go back to 11 and start again. With total awareness from 11 down to 1. 11, navel rising. 11, nasal falling. And wherever you've got to, begin to move your focus now up towards your chest. And in exactly the same way, begin counting in. 11, chest rising. 11, chest falling. Again, continuing that concentration, that awareness of the breath. 9, chest rising, 9, chest falling. Again, no mistakes. Starting again if you lose count, if you forget where you are. And then whenever you are, wherever you are, we're going to move that focus up towards our throat. Become aware of the breath moving in and out, down the back of the throat. And concentrate the breath there again in exactly the same way. Breathing in for 11. Breathing out for 11. And then stop the counting at the throat and move it to the nostrils. Become aware of the breath moving in and moving out of the nostrils. Concentrating one more time, one final time. Counting down from 11. 11, breathe in through the nostrils. 11, I breathe out through the nostrils. Again, continuing to count, continuing to make no mistakes, to not lose count. If you do, you start again. And again, we remind ourselves that we're not falling asleep. And now we stop the counting and just leave your breath. Just watch your body just relaxing down to the floor, crown of the head to the tips of the toes, the whole of the body, just letting go and relax. If you made a little sankalpa, if you made a little resolve at the beginning, just repeat that to yourself, remind yourself of that. Try not to change it, just repeat it 3 times. And then relaxing all efforts, draw your mind outside and become aware of your breath. Become aware of your natural breath. Become aware of your whole body and the breath moving within it. The whole body lying totally relaxed on the floor. Breathing slowly, breathing softly, breathing subtly, breathing quietly. Again, scan your whole body, becoming aware from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes. And just remind yourself of that little mental repetition of Om, repeating it just 3 times to yourself. Become aware of the position that you're lying in. Visualize your room around you, the floors, the ceilings, the furniture, the carpets, the lights. And then in your own time, begin to find some life wriggling into your fingers and wriggling into your toes. And then slowly in your own time, allow the arms to maybe reach up over your head. And then maybe if you've got your knees bent up, maybe straightening them, lengthening them out in front. And then in your own time, drawing your knees up in towards your belly. Giving yourself a little hug and a squeeze, a little rock and a roll, and find your way up to a nice comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed as I say, just relax your shoulders. Feel the breath on the back of the nose one last time. We'll find the hands come in prayer up to the third eye. Closing the class out with an Om, feel free to join in or just sit back and relax. Find that breath in. Then just folding forward down over the legs. Lakasana Samasthana Sukha Bhavantu. May your beings be happy and free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me.